All right, so I got this leaf off of a previous shipment of new violets I got. This is from RS Duchess. This leaf just basically fell off the plant, and I hate wasting leaves, so I'm gonna try and propagate it. But the problem is that the stem, well, there's not really much of a stem left. So you can still propagate it. I'm gonna use a trick that I found from the Bloom Lovers video on how to propagate and how to make leaves that don't have stems work. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my trusty X-Acto knife, sterilize it always, because you wanna make sure that everything's clean. And then what you need to do according to that is you just need to kind of make a stem of your own here. So I am just basically just cutting alongside the stem here, like right about there. And then just kind of cutting away the leaf right there. Yep. All right, so presto, it's a brand new stem. Actually, let me cut a little bit off here so that I make sure that it fits in the pot, in the cup. And it's amazing that, you know, you can cut the leaves and they still propagate. And I'm just gonna make more surface area here on the stem like I usually do. All right, there you go. All right, and so I think you can just kind of stick that guy in there. I might cut just a tiny bit more. Oh, I already cut it here, so let me just cut a tiny bit more, just so that it'll fit in the pot. All right, there we go. It looks a little weird, so we'll see how this does. Stick this guy firmly in the soil and wet this soil down a little further. I usually try to moisten the soil before I stick it in the cup, and I'm just further moistening it. There we go. And plastic bag, just to kind of give it humidity. So I'm just going to let it soak a little bit with some additional water here so that it soaks from the bottom. And then I'm ready to put this guy under the tray with all of my other babies, or with all of my other leaves that I'm doing. Hopefully it'll root. If it does, I'll just I'll add to this video and show you how it roots, and hopefully it grows babies. And if it does, I will put an update on that.
5 months later.
All right, it is now the beginning of September, Labor Day, as a matter of fact, and I promised an update on the RS Duchess leaf that I kind of created a stem from, and here it is. It actually did root, and it's produced 2 babies, it looks like. One right here, and you've got, looks like one in the back of the leaf here, so, and they're getting to be a pretty good size, so I'll probably end up separating from the mother leaf. Well, maybe in a couple weeks. I just want them to grow a little bit more, but looks like the surgery to create a new stem off of the leaf that fell off worked and produced some babies. So in the time that I first tried this, I've had other leaves that I've done the procedure on. I'd say about like maybe 95% of the time it actually works. There's some that don't work. Those leaves might have not worked in any case. So if you have the case where you have, like I said at the beginning of the video, you have a leaf that you want to propagate, there's not much of a stem to speak of, create your own and just watch. And in some cases, I've even had some success just completely cutting off the top of the leaf and sticking it in there. From what I've gathered since I've done this is if you have any kind of leaf that has a vein, like these veins right here, any piece of that leaf that has veining like this has the potential to root and propagate. So even if you have leaf fragments, you can just cut off the top of the leaf and it might root. I've actually had some leaves that did that. I didn't cut them off because they didn't have a stem. I cut them off because they had actually rotted from the bottom, so I just kind of cut off the rotting part, which I also did a video on, and I've had some success with that. You can take a look at those videos on how I save leaves that are beginning to rot, and had some success with that, so you can watch that video. But as far as this experiment, looked like it was a winning success because I have at least 2 babies out of this, and I'll be separating those out in a couple weeks. All right, so hope this helps you out in the future, and thanks so much for watching.